The next thing we're going to talk about is somebody had asked about creating licks and patterns. So I'm going to give you a very simple idea to think about a little bit, and then we'll probably quit there, okay? So if this makes sense, I'm going to show you I'm going to use A minor pentatonic as an example. So let's say I wanted to make a pattern, okay? So what I often think about is when I want to do something, there's going to be a grouping of notes, right? If I'm going to go, so I'm doing 7 5 7 5. So I'm just doing 2 pull-offs with kind of a palm mute. So it's a grouping of 4. Now I could use that grouping of 4 if I'm playing in 4/4 time. But I could use that grouping of 4 if I was playing with something that was in 3/4 time. And again, the time signature 4/4 and 3/4 doesn't necessarily explain to you the groove. It's just telling you how many quarter notes there are in the measure. But that quarter note might have a 4 or an even feel, I call it 2 4 8, that sort of thing. Or it might have a triplet feel, like a da 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 da. Right? Now again, I don't want to get in the weeds with this, but I just want you to think about that. So what's great about this is being a group of 4, da 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 da, it would fit fine with anything that has an even style feel, da 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 da. But if it was an odd feel, da 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 da, this could still be super cool because it's going to feel odd. If you're thinking about it, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. I could go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So what happens is if I'm playing over something that has a kind of a triplet feel, and I'm doing a grouping of 4, it's going to be off every other one until mathematically it comes back around again, which could sound super cool. You hear people like Chuck Berry do this all the time, where they'll be playing, so they're, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, that's the groove. But then he'll play, so he's playing a grouping of 3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 over 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And it sounds really cool. So the point I'm making is it just because it's a grouping of 4 or a grouping of 3 doesn't mean it can't be used over a groove of 4 or a groove of 3, the opposite groove. As a matter of fact, most of the time it probably sounds cooler that way because it's not just, for me it's like caveman. Everybody's going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and you're going, and the everything just sounds weird because everything's exactly the same. So you could take something that is in a 4 feel, and instead of doing that, you could make it into a group of 3 by going. So now I'm just playing 7 5 and then the 7, which kind of Chuck Berry kind of idea, right? So that could sound really cool. Now let's talk about expanding this idea. Let's take a lick here. I'm going to take this thing right here. I'm going to go to the A on the 7th fret, and I'm going to play this. So what I'm doing is playing 7 5 as a pull-off, 7 on the next string, going back to the 5 7 of the 4th string as a hammer-on, and then I'm going to go to the 5 here on the 3rd string, and then do a pull-off again from A to G on this string. So da da do da 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 da. You can even see the pattern. Okay, so I could take that, and if I play that over and over and over, and then gave it maybe some palm muting, and sped it up, might sound kind of cool, right? Just something very simple like that. Now, that's a lick. Now, if I took that lick and started moving it onto other strings sequentially, that's what we call a sequence or a pattern. So if I go, right, so now I'm moving it. So I'm just moving it through the pentatonic scale. Now, I'm not asking you to, I'm not saying that you have to play this right now. I just want you to understand. See, so there's a lick. I can start on the 6th string. So I'm doing the same pattern over and over and over. You see? So it's a pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes. Well, let's say I wanted to make it into a pattern that is odd number, 3, 6, that sort of thing. Well, then I could just shorten it. I'm going to go back to the A here where we started. Instead of doing that whole sequence, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then start. I got to think about that one. So I have, instead of doing that, so there's my pattern now. See, patterns or sequences, whatever you want to call them, are kind of fun because you can move these around the guitar. Now I could just sit in one spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, adding a little palm muting sounds really cool. But if I start moving it, you see, so stuff like that. So there's some really great stuff that you can do.